Hey guys, it's Phoebe. This is Mike. We're from Alternative Twist Radio. Today we have a new artist spotlight featuring Cathryn Beeks from Listen Local. Welcome, Cathryn.
Hi, thanks for having me. Thanks so much.
Yes, we're so excited to have you. So I found you on one of our Facebook music groups, and I watched your musical performance. And you have a band called Calamity, right? Do you want to tell me about how you formed?
Yeah, Calamity was formed in San Diego in 2013. I had been down there about at that point about 15 years. And it's just an all-female ensemble. There's been 3 core members throughout the years. Nisha Catrone is the singer, guitar player. Marsha Clare plays bass and sings. And the 3 of us have remained, and then we've had all these amazing women in and out of the band. Currently, we have violinist Patrick Petrie and drummer Jules Stewart. And so we're a 5-piece, and we do original music. It's kind of funky, country, pop, folk, kind of runs the gamut. And we have fun. We're all in our, let's say, we're more wise women. We have some years behind us. So we're just, it's fun. It's a really fun group. And so, yeah, we've been playing in San Diego for many years. And now that I've moved up to the high desert, we've come up to play up here a few times too. We played in Wonder Valley at the Palms, and in Apple Valley at the Tavern. And yeah, we're having some fun. Calamity's cool.
I heard your music and I really liked the beat. You know, it made me want to dance a little bit in my chair, or going with the beat. So I really like that. And I do follow the high desert music scene. That's where I found you, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're really local, really close.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So that was really cool.
They're coming up this week, the weekend of the 15th, 16th, up here to Lucerne Valley, and we're going to record a video for our latest single called Earthquake Girl. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. We have a local photographer, Edge of Wilderness, Joe Barrett, and he has drones. So we're going to do a lot of drone footage. And so we're excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hoping it'll be a nice, windy, crazy day for all of us. Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be windy. No doubt about that. It's always windy.
Season.
That'll make for a good video, that's for sure.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah, big time. Yeah, nice.
That's cool.
I'll make sure and share it when it's done.
Yeah, yes, definitely let us know, and we'll share it for you too. So can you tell me what your writing process is when you create your music?
Normally it's Nisha and I collaborating as far as Calamity goes. And then Marsha has helped on a few songs as well. But Nisha will usually start something, and then I'll add lyrics, or I'll bring some music and part of the song already done, and then she'll add harmony and stuff. And kind of when I write by myself for my solo stuff, I'm a little limited as far as my musical ability. I mean, I play, but just I don't have a lot of range when it comes to chords and that kind of thing. So I love to collaborate with people, and I usually get some folks to send me some music already, verse, chorus, bridge, but just no lyrics and no melody. And that's my favorite. And I can sit with it for a while and let it ruminate, and then let the song form that way. And I have a little studio here at my house. So even though I'm still so far from everybody in San Diego who I was collaborating with all through the years, I'm able to still do it virtually, which is cool. You just send stems back and forth and make it happen. So that's usually the process.
A lot of the artists that we've spoken to recently, that's all that they do is remote. And ever since COVID and stuff, I love seeing artists working together at home remotely, and then you see the little video portions of everyone doing the little portions, and it all still comes together, and it still sounds like you're recording in a studio. I mean, that's amazing to me.
It really is. I'm amazed too. Yeah. And I think the shutdown forced a lot of people to learn how to do that. And you know, there's so many programs out there that are like an easy button, you know, and so I think it really helped grow a lot of people musically in that way.
And I was on your website doing some research before the interview, and I see you're so active in the music scene in the high desert. And I saw that you're doing your own podcast, and also you have your own venue, right? Your music venue that you're starting. Do you want to expand on your podcast and your venue?
So I started Listen Local Radio in San Diego in 2004 with a friend of mine, Tim. He was just starting the podcasting thing back then. And so he kind of got me into it. We had a show where we just played local music from San Diego. And then in 2009, I went on terrestrial radio on 102.1 KPRI. And I took over a show that had been long running in San Diego called the Homegrown Hour. And I did that for many years, about 6 years. And then the station went off the air. So I took the show on the internet and have just been doing it. It used to be weekly. I'm doing it monthly now. And it used to be an audio calendar where I would play songs by people that were playing out in the community that week or that month. And then when COVID hit, I started having the musicians send me a message to introduce the song along with the song. And so I've kept that format because it's really interesting to get to know the artist really quick before you hear the song. It gives the song so much more meaning, I think, when you hear them explain what it's about, or, you know, some don't, but most do. And it's been a fun format. So ListenLocalRadio.com is the website. The show is now on all of the platforms and stuff. You can hear it anywhere, Listen Local Radio. But and I invite local musicians to send songs and messages in every month. The 25th is the deadline, and all the info is at that website. And then when we moved up to the high desert, we moved up to take care of my folks. And then we lost my dad, and then the pandemic hit, and then my mom was going to come back to San Diego with us, but I knew she didn't want to. And finally, she just said, I just want to stay here. And they have a beautiful little 2.5 acre spot in the middle of the nowhere. We're actually on the base of Big Bear Mountain. So we're 30 minutes from Big Bear. And we've got the beautiful Cougar Buttes in front of us. And it's gorgeous. We're in about a little less than an hour to Joshua Tree. And when I was in San Diego, I used to host songwriting retreats and Chick Camp, which was an all-female one, and then the songwriter sleepover and different events like that. I used to host them at wineries or campgrounds in the San Diego area. And my mom knew that that's what I wanted to do eventually, was have my own space. And so she said, just do your campground here. And so that's what we've done. My husband and I came up here in a fifth wheel, and we've since turned that into the casita, and it's all decorated really cute. And that's a guest quarters. And then we got ourselves a little single wide that we live in now, and we're just loving it. We have a outdoor shower, an outdoor restroom facility. We've got a little putt-putt golf course and bocce ball and horseshoes and that kind of thing. And lots of trees. Mom and Dad planted amazing trees. So there's lots of shade here, and we sit under the trees and play music all day. And every once in a while, a friend will come and bring his mobile recording gear to some of these events. So the artists get a chance to have their song recorded, and we set it up in the casita. It's really cool. So yeah, it's been fun. People from San Diego, it's not such a far drive. It's 3 hours. And so I am slowly starting to get to know some of the folks in the high desert as well. There's a really great scene in Joshua Tree that I've plugged into. Just really neat people, talented, welcoming, but it's far. It's an hour. And I just am still trying to find the people from Lucerne Valley and Apple Valley and Victorville and Big Bear. I do get some submissions for my radio show, but still trying to meet all those folks. So holler at me if you're out there.
We'll definitely try and help put the word out too about your venue.
Yeah.
Now, is it a actual campground where people can pull up and camp overnight, or is it just for musicians?
It's a private situation. Okay. So we're not I'm not putting it on Hip Camp or anything. It's mostly for my friends in San Diego when I have events, or, people that just want to come up and enjoy the desert. But I'm definitely up for friends of friends, we just like to vet people. We're very inclusive, and we love all people, and we want to make sure that our guests have that same heart space. And so that's kind of it. We definitely open up the retreats to the public. I do post about them on Facebook, and folks are welcome to sign up for those. But as far as just coming and camping, we're not really open to the public. And as far as a venue, we are a small venue because of parking. As you folks know from being from the desert, the sand is pretty brutal, and we're surrounded by it. So until we upgrade to the point where we have rocks and gravel and parking areas, we can fit about 25 cars and still have room that it feels like you can enjoy the space. So that's the intimate venue. We can have 30 guests, and which is a nice size concert if you're a acoustic kind of vibe. And that's what it would be. Also, we out of respect for our neighbors, we would keep it mellow and acoustic. And our first concert actually will be in October of this year. We're having the Berkeley Hart Music Camp. And Berkeley Hart are a duo from San Diego, Jeff Berkeley and Calman Hart, and they are amazing. And they're fantastic singer-songwriters. So they're going to be doing workshops throughout the weekend. And then the weekend will culminate with a concert that they will play. And then all of the guests will open for them with the song that they've written, learning their tricks that weekend. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And again, it'll be on the smaller side. We'll have about 20 guests, and then the night of the concert, I'm hoping that some folks from the neighborhood will come over.
I have definitely seen different venues, especially in the high desert. I used to work in Yucca Valley, and through the drive, I would always see every year they would have a Bati festival. And I've seen it explode. I mean, it literally in the course of a few years from a small venue, not a lot of people. And then all of a sudden the next 2 years, it just exploded. Traffic was crazy through Yucca, especially in that area. And now they've expanded, I think, to the next, well, I don't know now if they're doing it, but they had to expand to the property next door, and they had to clean out, it was just crazy how now it used to be local, and now it's to the LA, people would just come through, and I don't know, seemed like it got a little bit out of control.
Everyone's experiencing that. I think it's
yeah.
I mean, the desert has that special magical vibe that once people experience it, and of course it's being glamorized as it's the cool trendy thing, hip trendy thing to do right now is be out in the desert. There's a lot of big things being proposed, like there's Wonder Valley is they're voting on some huge resort that would go out there, and people are so upset, and I don't blame them. But at the same time, you got to figure out a way to let people enjoy this as well, and have it benefit the community, and there's ways. It's just tough. Speaking of venues, do you know of the drive-in Mon Petit Mojave in Yucca Valley? A drive-in concert. So you stay in your car, or you can be right out in front of your car, and it opened during the pandemic.
Yes. Okay. I remember seeing about it.
Levi is a Frenchman. He's a violin player, and he and his beautiful wife and their family had been living out there while he toured the world. And then when the pandemic hit, he couldn't tour. And so his wife came up with this idea. They built a stage, and then people would drive in. They didn't charge. It was donation based only. Just beautiful. And he's a great sound engineer as well. And he was live streaming the concerts, and having all his friends from all over the world come and play, and fantastic. And so they're still doing it. In fact, they got a grant from the county or somewhere. And so it's really fantastic. And Mon Petit Mojave is what it's called. You got to check it out. It's great.
Yeah, I'll have to look it up. I think, is that near the Mesa?
It is right.
What part of Yucca was it?
Right after the gas station, right there as you're coming.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Up 247?
It's closer to us, as I go from Lucerne Valley. When I head east, it's about 35, 40 minutes from us here.
Okay.
Yeah, we've gone 2 or 3 times. We went on Halloween. They had this amazing mariachi Oh no, not on Halloween. On Dia de los Muertos, we went and they had a
Oh,
mariachi band, so everyone's dressed up, and it was just really magical. Yeah, it's a great place. They're doing a
that
great
is
job,
so cool.
Lynn and
Yeah.
Levi.
We'll have to check it out when we're in the area. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yes.
Yes. I saw on your website too, you also have a thrift store and you provide photo and video services, right? You want to
I
tell us
do.
about that as well?
Yeah, in that inevitable need as an artist to, pay the bills, you start wearing other hats. And around 2013, I started getting into photography, which really came from just, I always hated pictures of myself that other people took. And so I started messing with angles and lighting when I had my camera. And out of that spawned, I started taking portraits of people, and it's just my favorite thing. I love it, love it. And so I've been offering that, and I'm self-taught video editor, and I make music videos, and I have a certain aesthetic. And so if people dig it, I'm very affordable. And so I've been making videos for people as well. And the thrift store thing is actually something I started back when I was living in Cleveland, Ohio. It was about 1997. I actually opened a brick and mortar thrift store, and I always wanted to do that. And I had that going for about a year or so when I moved back to California. So I had a lot of inventory, and then throughout the years, I collected more because I love thrift shopping. And so I finally had enough that I opened one in our home when we were living in San Diego. And then shortly after that, I bought one of those vintage bread trucks, and I turned it into a mobile boutique, which was so fun, but super labor intensive. And so driving it around and then unloading all the clothes, and then, maybe you'd make $30 for the day. And so, but it was fun. So I still have the truck, Lulu, I call her. And the clothing is now all online. I have it on Poshmark because during the pandemic, I couldn't go anywhere or try to sell it. And so, yeah, Lulu is now an art studio, and the clothes are all in Mom's house in her closet, safely put away. And I sell from Poshmark now. But when folks come out to these retreats, or if they want to come out for one of the band field trips that I try to push, a band would theoretically come out, and I'd feed them Friday night. They could party and write songs around the campfire. And then Saturday, we would do photo shoot where I would style them from stuff from the green room. We could take pictures and then, or film a music video or any kind of promotional video that they need. And then, they just enjoy the rest of the weekend. So it's like a Friday, Saturday night thing. And I think it comes out to like $80 a person. So it's very affordable for all that. And it's just a lot of fun. I'm just, as a musician myself, knowing that we never have money, I always try to keep everything affordable and accessible.
Awesome. I know a couple of local bands that if they need that kind of service, I'll definitely refer you to them.
Good.
Refer them to you rather.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's great. Well, I think this is a good time to watch your music video.
All right, cool. I actually picked one that is one of my stop motion videos. So it's I think it's like a year and a half old or so, maybe 2 years old. And the song is called Daylight. And it was a game song. I host a thing called The Game, where once a month we give you a song title, and you write a song to that title, and we all get together and play it. We're doing it on Zoom now, the last Sunday of the month. But Daylight was the title. And I recorded the song with Jeff Berkeley and his amazing crew of musicians. Rick Nash is playing bass, Josh Hermsmeyer is on drums, and then Jeff is playing guitar and also producing the song. And I'm on ukulele and vocals. And then the video is one of my stop motion things where I use pipe cleaners and the little faces of the people, and they're just silly and fun. And but just the song is about the power of music. And thanks for sharing it.
sound like poetry. I need to feel the groove. One, I can't help but be moved. Need it to sound familiar, like something I ain't ever heard. Music is the only thing. It's medicine, it's healing. Music makes it all right. I need to take the stage. Nevermore will I be afraid. Gonna bask in all those lights. Sing about it every night. I wanna write a great song, one that makes you sing along, one that makes you drink whiskey and cry all night long. Music is the only thing. It's medicine, it's healing. Music makes it all right. Music is the only thing. It's medicine, it's healing. Music makes it all right. If you want to sing along, just make up words to this song. Find a note that fits your throat. Sing it loud even if you don't. I wanna write a great song, one that makes you sing along, one that makes you drink whiskey and cry all night long. Music is the only thing. It's medicine, it's healing. Music makes it all right. Music is the only thing. It's medicine, it's healing. Music makes it all right.
Researchers in London started combing through the medical literature for studies about music's healing powers. They found hundreds of small studies suggesting some benefit. The idea goes back to the days of Florence Nightingale.
You used that phrase, music as medicine. Had you thought of music as medicine before that?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah?
It's saved me so many times, and I think it's such an important thing to push to our...
While members of Congress continue to hammer out the details of the healthcare bill, there might be an easier way to lower healthcare costs. With music, melody and rhythm might be as important to health as diet and exercise.
And we've been exploring some of the links between art and science. One of those links can be found among doctors. Many turn to music to relieve the stress of their profession, and in fact, there are doctors' orchestras around the country.
There is a free and powerful treatment hospitals could probably be using more often to treat patients who have surgery. It's music. Scores of studies have looked at the power of music to ease this kind of...
Music in place of heavy-duty pharmaceuticals is a good trade-off.
I firmly believe that the health of the nation would improve by leaps and bounds if we would all turn off the news and turn up the Mozart.
That was a great video, Cathryn. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Thanks, you guys. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, that's good. So on your retreat events, when are those actually going to start?
So our first one is in May 20th and 21st. That's a songwriter sleepover, and it's open to musicians and music lovers. So, you know, wives can bring their husbands, vice versa, or, you know, that aren't musicians, or people that are just beginning that want to get into it, or seasoned musicians. It's really open to anybody, 21 and up. And that is the 20th and 21st. Heartacres.info is the website where for the campground in the event space here, and that's HART acres ACRES.info /events, and that's where you can find out where all the other ones are. But in June we have a chick camp on the 3rd and 4th, and then another songwriter sleepover on the 24th and 25th. As you know, there's only a few months that are inhabitable during the summer. So we're kind of like May and June, July, August, September, we're out. Although I do have something at the very end of September. And we have like a little blow up pool, cowboy pool, and stuff to keep cool. But yeah, we try to just keep it where it's comfortable. So then we start back up again in October and November even. And now we have a new building. We took over my mom's shed and turned it into like a little beach cottage, and it has a really cool vibe in there. And so it's an indoor space in case it's too windy or too hot or too cold. So we're kind of covered now with having a place to be inside. So yeah, good stuff.
Great. Well, we're so happy that you were able to join us, Cathryn. And we're glad that you do the local podcast too. Now, is that for San Diego? You said Big Bear, Apple Valley, all in the high desert, right?
And actually, since the pandemic, I've opened it up to anybody. So we've got we're getting some submissions now from Europe and England, and I love a gentleman that's living in Italy, and so it's open to anybody. The criteria is that you have to send a message along with the song, which is funny. A lot of musicians don't like to do that. And I told them also, have your mom do it, or it doesn't matter as long as the song is introduced by, preferably you or someone that knows you. Because I don't want it to be a barrier. But yeah, some musicians are a little shy and they're not really down with doing that. But so that's how the show rolls. And yeah, we really would love for people to submit. It's about an hour and a half now, but since it's monthly, I'm fine with it being a couple hours long. So I'm open to however many songs make it in each month.
So where did they actually submit the information, and what was your website address again for it?
ListenLocalRadio.com is the website, and right there on the homepage you'll see where you can submit. And on that same homepage is where you can listen to the show, where you can watch the web shows that we do. I have a new series right now with Jeff Berkeley in San Diego called Listen Local Lounge at Satellite Studios, where we have amazing production and sound. Where we introduce and interview a couple of artists each segment, and they play songs live in the studio. And I've got that's on the podcast, but I've also got some video of that as well for our Patreon subscribers, which I forgot to mention. That's how this whole thing happened. It's patreon.com/listenlocalradio, and $2 a month is really all we hope for. We do have the patrons that are giving more, which is amazing, and that's my only source of income and how I keep everything rolling. So it's really important and really cool that the people do that and support. So patreon.com/listenlocalradio, and there's a lot of content there. Like I said, these private videos and stuff that I don't share elsewhere.
Sure.
Yeah, I've seen, we have listeners and artists in the UK. They do Patreon. It's a really good thing. It gets the word out, especially using social media. It's such a powerful tool, powerful platform. And it's free, the marketing part. So it gets the word out about your work. So that's awesome that you're utilizing that.
It's been helpful for sure. Hey, it's Cathryn Beeks from Listen Local Radio, and you're listening to Alternative Twist Radio.
Thanks for watching, guys. Please share, like, and subscribe to our channel, and find us on all of our social media, links in our bio. Thanks.